this video. I want to thank the subscribers and this beautiful community for your support. Please make sure to like and share this video, as well as subscribe to this channel. If you're here because of the title of this video, how my life has changed since my false cryptic pregnancy, phantom pregnancy resource. So I wrote, for the sake of time, because I don't want this video to be like, an hour long, and if you hear my daughter, my 6-month-old daughter's in the next room here, I have the door open so that I can hear her, and she's playing with her toys, so that's what that noise is. So let's just dive right in. As I decided to write this, I realized that my life is super basic, so like nothing like extremely crazy, but some things did happen and they're worth talking about. So here we go. After I realized that my uterus was empty in May of 2016, I came to terms with the fact that I had actually experienced a phantom pregnancy and not a cryptic pregnancy with little to no HCG. Once I realized that I experienced a phantom pregnancy and I accepted that my uterus was empty, I realized that I was actually manipulated by the extended gestational cryptic pregnancy community, as well as some of the leaders that are involved in that community. At first, it came on slowly, and then the severity of all of it hit me really, really hard. And the fact that it was still continuing to happen to women, the manipulation and the deception was still continuing to happen to women, I could not overlook it, and I couldn't just look past it. There's no way I could sit down and allow or know that somebody was being mistreated or manipulated or being misinformed purposely and not do anything about it. There's no way I could ever just not say something. So most of 2016, after I realized that my uterus was empty and I did not experience a cryptic pregnancy with little to no HCG, I decided to educate myself. I needed to get rid of my phantom pregnancy and my phantom pregnancy symptoms. And the best way to do that was through nutrition and through education in nutrition. And so I made a huge lifestyle change that helped me get rid of my phantom pregnancy symptoms and basically helped me get rid of my phantom pregnancy altogether. I did a lot of soul searching and figured out exactly why and how my phantom pregnancy was triggered, and that was extremely hard but very, very, very needed. It helped me not only individually but as a mother as well to do that kind of work, to work on myself and to better myself and to understand where and why the feelings of phantom pregnancy, why it all came over me at the time that it came over me. Excuse me. And so this was huge, me being able to get rid of my symptoms, being able to figure out why I experienced my phantom pregnancy, and I felt that this information and my journey and my story needed to be shared. And what I had found needed to be shared. So in the beginning of 2017, after like pretty much 7 months of crazy research, I decided that I had enough information and plenty of research behind me to expose the brainwashing and manipulation techniques involved in the cryptic pregnancy community. And so I took to social media. And I shared how to get reliable answers for your symptoms beyond pregnancy. I shared how I went about figuring out what was really happening to me. If it wasn't pregnancy, something else was happening. And I figured that out, and I was able to solve it for myself and get rid of my symptoms. And any woman and any person out there has that ability and has that knowledge basically at their fingertips if they just use it. The resources are there. You just have to be willing to look for it. So I took to social media and I expressed all this information. And let's just say the cryptic pregnancy community was taken by surprise and they attempted to let me have it in a way. It was a crazy year, but not nearly as crazy as it was about to get, and I will get to that here soon. But it taught me so much about myself individually and about my capabilities as a speaker, as somebody, as an advocate, as somebody who is speaking up for and bringing awareness to a subject that is basically seen as crazy, unstable, hysterical. And I put a face to it, and I let people know that trauma doesn't only happen to crazy people, and therefore phantom pregnancy can happen to anybody. So because I was able to grow so much as a person, I'm forever grateful for my phantom pregnancy experience. In the time that it happened, it was extremely emotional and very, very, very hard. But I'm very, very grateful that I did experience it, and pushing through it, and sharing about it, and communicating about it, and telling other women about it has really helped me move past it. So fast forward to the beginning of 2018. I am a mother of 2 boys. They are both in preschool, and they're keeping me fully on my toes. I am working part-time at McDonald's and loving it, loving my free time as an adult, being there. Being able to talk to other adults was very, very fun. I was enjoying myself a lot. And during this time, I get an email from a producer from the Dr. Phil show. Joke, right? Like, this is not real. This isn't serious. And I basically called her out and I said, are you even a real person? Let me get my baby. She's fussy. Can you say hi? Say hi. 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 Hello. So I called her out. I said, you're not a real person, and she basically had to prove it to me. She sent me a picture, and she proved it. And so me and her started working together to build the case to present to Dr. Phil on whether or not this would become an episode on the Dr. Phil show about cryptic pregnancy and about a pregnancy that lasts years long. And so she had kept me in the loop pretty much the entire time. She emailed me at least once every 2 weeks, if not every week. That was until the week of the end of September, when she asked me in an email that stated, so you think you can fly out Saturday? I read this on a Tuesday. And so I was like, what? Seriously? Yeah, I think I can swing it. And so those few days before I flew out to LA alone to appear on a national television show about a subject that people literally laugh out loud about, like literally laugh out loud. Those few days were a whirlwind. It was insanity. Anyway, I was there, and it happened, and it was what it was. 4 weeks after we filmed the episode, it aired on, what was it? October 31st, 2018. The Dr. Phil Cryptic Pregnancy episode aired, and it was insane. That the end of 2018 for me, those last ending months, were complete insanity. I was publicly slandered by a known leader in the cryptic pregnancy community. I was professionally humiliated by false accusations and hearsay that to this day still have not been proven, and it's just a bunch of fluff. And then I found out I was pregnant. Yeah. I was pregnant with my 3rd child. This little girl right here. This little miracle right here. And so those last few months of 2018 were crazy. Turns out I had gotten pregnant around the same time the Dr. Phil show aired. And so taking care of myself became full priority, but my research continued, and even with all the hate and negativity surrounding the status of me being a licensed nurse, my research continued. because me being a licensed nurse or unlicensed nurse has nothing to do with the research that I'm presenting here on YouTube. So, about halfway through my third pregnancy, I came across a video of a doctor talking about the scams and fraudulent activity involved under the name of cryptic pregnancy and extended gestation. This video is still on my channel. It's titled African Doctor Talks Cryptic Pregnancy, What is the Medical Basis? So definitely check that out if you're interested. I will leave it in the description box of this video in case you are interested. So after watching this video, I quickly remembered a video that I had watched on Facebook about a year prior by a doctor by the name of Dr. Idy. Insert picture here. Excuse me. Where she also too talks about the scams and fraudulent activity involved in Africa, specifically Nigeria, where women are given herbs and hormones and are told they are cryptically pregnant. Most of the stories that I've heard or read are pretty are similar to each other, and they're similar to what I'm about to describe. The women that these scams happen to are told that this type of pregnancy, cryptic pregnancy, lasts longer, and that the baby will not be seen on ultrasound. These women are then told that they can only deliver in the facility under the care of the physician that made the woman cryptically pregnant. And when these women are told they are in labor, they are then put to sleep, and when they wake up, they are given a child that has been stolen, human trafficking, or sold, which is baby farms, for this purpose. It is a disgusting and horrendous practice, and something I do not support, and something that I definitely trying to bring a lot of awareness to. This is not okay. If you're not familiar with baby farms, let me fill you in real quick. Women are either kept against their will or they stay because they're given drugs. These women become pregnant and they deliver babies that are then taken or sold for purposes such as cryptic pregnancy. These cases give a false representation of the possibility of extended gestation of years. The condition in which these women are kept and the diet they are fed is unspeakable, and the suffering it supports. The suffering that extended gestation or cryptic pregnancy of years supports is tragic and needs to be spoken about, and I'm here to bring awareness to it. So I exposed this information during this time, and I exposed all the information that I had gathered on the scams involved in Nigeria in the name of cryptic pregnancy and extended gestation and cryptic pregnancy of years on my channel, this channel. This caused a huge uproar in the cryptic pregnancy of years community, mostly because they were outraged that this was happening. It's very easily it's documented everywhere. It's very easily looked up. This is definitely something that is happening in Nigeria and something that's happening in Africa. And so they were kind of outraged that this was happening to begin with. But then I think they were also more so outraged because they thought that I was stating that the reason why they believed they were pregnant was because of these scams and fraudulent activity happening in Nigeria. And that's untrue. The reason why majority of the women in the cryptic pregnancy of years community believe they are pregnant is because of Suzanne Huntley's website and the Gilmore Foundation. That is the reason why majority of women believe they're cryptically pregnant for years. Suzanne Huntley took some of the information, some of the cases where women supposedly delivered after years, but all of these babies are just human trafficked babies. They're babies that were bought in and given to these women. And so these cases do not prove a pregnancy of years. They only prove that human trafficking and baby farms exist. And it's very, very sad. So, I exposed the fact that, cryptic pregnancy of years was being used to hurt and manipulate and majority of the women in the cryptic pregnancy community of years just seem to overlook the fact that this scam and fraudulent activity was being acknowledged by many, many other professionals other than just myself. They just decided to attack me about it. They didn't attack anybody else about it, just me. I'm not the only one who made these connections. I'm not the only person who connected the dots and connected the pieces. I'm just one of the people who spoke about it. And everybody in the community decided to focus and attack me. I have no idea why. So after this discovery and admission on this fraudulent activity, this newfound information, I decided to focus on becoming a mother for the third time. And I gave birth to my daughter Adele vaginally at home, unassisted, a vaginal birth after cesarean. And it was a monumental experience for me. The best birth I could have ever asked for. One of the best experiences I could have asked for. It was seriously life-changing and mind-blowing. And if you're interested to know more, please leave some comments below. I'm definitely willing to answer any and all questions about it. So hopefully sometime soon I will be able to sit down and put into words exactly how I felt, what all happened in those last few hours before my daughter entered the world, and how it all went down once she was born. Because it is definitely a story that deserves to be heard. It is a story that has been questioned, and I definitely plan on sharing it here on this channel. I pray that everyone have a beautiful birth experience like the one that I had, something similar to it. There is a video on my personal channel, the channel's name is Driving Hawk FTV, where I document the last week that I was pregnant with her, the last week before she was born, as well as a vlog on the entire day that I was in active labor with her. So definitely go over there and check that out. So that's basically what I've been up to since I realized that I was not pregnant and that I was not experiencing a cryptic pregnancy with little to no HCG, and that I had actually experienced a phantom pregnancy, minus all the dramatic details and all the chaos that comes with being a mother of 3. So let's talk the future. I have big plans for this coming year, and I will definitely be filling you in with a video on what those plans are here soon, but I need your help. So make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, and make sure that you click on that bell to be notified whenever I upload, as well as like this video and share it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. See you soon, friends. Bye. Hi, pretty girl. Say hi.